We are back at it. Exultia. Alright, so this recording I restarted because I was messing with the volume in OBS. And OBS is just so goofy with the volume. I don't know what it's doing, but sometimes it turns the mic volume all the way up and all the way down, and it swings all over the place. And then when I tried to attenuate the game volume, it like turned it off. And I had it at like a quarter or something. I mean, they're always doing weird stuff. So I'm just kind of I'm just gonna get this done. I believe I have it in between what I had it at before in the very first recording that I did here, and where I just had it. So this is a middle ground between the two, but like I said, it's doing something where it's going up and down, and this is one of those things, I don't even know how to Google it. I don't know what to search for, because I have already searched for why is OBS attenuating my voice, and I got a result that said something about a non-existent setting to adjust. And then other ones talking about stuff that, I don't know, it was unintelligible. I was like, this. Because for me, it should be, here's what's happening, here's setting to adjust. And I don't know why that's not what I'm seeing when I go get first. I've noticed that in the past few years for stuff that I search for, I just can't find it. But, what's this? Oh, that's another thing. The sound effects for the game sound cartoony. Like that sounded like a cardboard box being like or something in a very special way. Anyways, so what I want to do is have each level in one recording because, geez, I don't know, it should be a simple thing like video editing for like splicing up stuff. It should be like cut, copy, and paste. But like I said, previous recording with the Windows Movie Maker, I went to use that and it did something that I did. I mean, I don't even know how it did it because there's no setting to really do a lot of that stuff. But just what the hell? Why was the secondary function? It put that black box around my recordings, and I was like, okay. I mean, I didn't ask it to do that, and then there was like some gray square at the bottom of the thing too. It just didn't even make any sense what it did, and like I said, I didn't even see a setting for that. And that's something that I googled too, and didn't really get a response for it. Just in time there. I'm pretty mad. Oh, this room is gonna make me mad. Too many distractions over here. Let's just get rid of that to start. But yeah. Okay, I do remember these. Jeez. These arachnotrons being really difficult before you got a lot of weaponry and all that. Jeez, so you can barely get the glory kill on those because you do so much damage so fast. Yeah, I found myself using the double shotgun more on the second playthrough. Is that the... Oh yeah, see, this is one thing I don't know why they did. If you get up here, uh, it doesn't let you do the... No, I just know it's not up there. It doesn't let you do the horn nest again. Why? I don't know. Oh no! Oh, what the fuck? What was that shit? Keep wanting to hold tab. In case anyone's wondering what happened there. Oh yeah, and then this I spent forever trying to figure out how to do it. I don't know if I actually remember. Gotta get like up and behind. Oh yeah, that was not activating. I could not hit that. So isn't there some secret thing around here? Yeah, there is. Yeah, I mean the game is kind of boring here at the beginning when you're all loaded up and all that. So yeah, we're definitely not doing the cinematics. Be able to make it through that. Maybe we should talk about something other than the game. Um, yeah, so slice of life talk here. How about that? It's been really bored here during the rest of the pandemic, and you know, I have a bunch of friends who I'm not. I say this a lot, but I'm not clear what people do in their free time these days because I see people I haven't seen in months. They don't really say what they're doing. Now, I'm not one to really pry, but at this point, with so many people doing the exact same thing, and just it's like it's a big secret. I'm getting curious. Getting really damn curious. I mean, I don't think there's any grand thing that is happening that I'm like missing, but one thing I have noticed, and I'll leave it to some of the listeners to um, draw their own parallels here, but I think what one thing we're seeing is a different sort of quality of life or living situation for a lot of people, and they're not sure what to think about the adjustment. Because I have seen a lot of people who would always like try to, I must live so luxurious. They're living in like a tiny little apartment now, and they see it as like degrading or something. That's all you need. I mean, but one of the issues is too is that you can see that there's a ton of availability for that sort of thing too. But the cost of living is somehow just skyrocketing. And wages are not going up, and I'm kind of wondering what the deal is. Like, it's funny. It doesn't make sense. Who's paying for all that, I guess, is the question, you know? And I know the economy is getting really rigged right now. They're just, oh man, I could go into detail, but I'm sure it's out there. You just gotta find the information. We're getting left in the dust, and it's kind of funny that people I see that can take even small action, they just don't. They think that there's some grandiose punishment waiting. It's like, no, you have to do these little things first. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it's been kind of boring. I've been just sitting here playing games for weeks now. I mean, I know people supposedly have active social lives and don't really seem to have much going on. And I do not use social media, by the way, so I'm not checking on that stuff. I did accidentally see a couple people's videos on a social network that I will not say the name of, and seems like people are really embellishing what they're doing. Because, like, you know, I have a pretty good idea of what's going on in the world, and I'm like, well, all the hidden implications of your video here, what you're saying you're doing, is the realm of possibility. So, on a not so light note, that's one reason I don't like to use social media. I was there, like, when MySpace was blowing up, and then, you know, there was Facebook that came later, but before that there was like Zynga or something, and people always were using it for nefarious purposes to try to make this person jealous. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to undermine, you know. And it was right. I mean, I knew I was in high school at the time, and I saw. Oh, I knew these college people that, and I saw and heard them talking about how they plotted to use it. Oh, we're gonna post this to make this girl jealous. And I mean, that was the only thing they ever used it for, and I almost felt bad participating in their little parties that they had because I'm like, geez, I'm kind of contributing to this, but there was no stopping that force. And I know that stuff was going on in one form or another before that, but social media took it to a whole new level. I mean, it's kind of hard to describe unless you were there to see the change. Texting even was like a mini step for social media. It was like a mini social media, and that caused people's social skills, in my opinion, take a dive, and they never return. Because there were a couple of people that I saw kind of on the ropes with their social skills, and they just kind of fell to the bottom when texting blew up. I mean, geez, I wish I had my old phone bills. The number seems unreasonable now, but I'm pretty sure I had like 10, 12,000 text messages a month or something like that. And as far as I know, that was more than anybody else said. It was kind of cool because I lived in this one town. I lived in this one town for school, and then the other side of my family lived in another town. So I got to visit both. They had kind of people I knew in both places, and it's kind of nice to have a place to escape to because you get done with school and, you know, one place nobody's doing anything, and You just go to the other place, see what's going on there, and there wasn't a lot of crossover. So, I mean, if I needed to, I could have a getaway where I didn't have to interact with from the other place. Let's see what we want to come in with. Let's go in with Rocket. Where did he go? I just saw that guy. Uh-huh. Oh, what the crap? That was bullshit. Fuck, I landed in it. Yeah, I mean, I honestly think people are just doing not a whole lot. And another thing I want to get out in the open, people are like switching jobs very rapidly these days, and they always get fired. Like nobody gracefully moves from one job to another anymore. And there's a couple of complications with that. Like what's happening with these companies so big, the separation of upper and middle management is for it was always for a certain reason. It was to cover up the details of business and any sort of liabilities. And middle management truly is blind to what's happening. They purposely pick these people who they want as just people who will yes men to do whatever they say, and they just got to figure a way to get it done. And when they start doing the figuring, that's where the fun part comes in, because they try to put their own spin on why somebody's being fired, but really, what's going on behind the scenes, especially during the pandemic, when people had all these like so grocery stores had to hire a bunch of extra staff and all that because restaurants shut down and the demand was through the roof and all that. They fired a bunch of people when the restaurants started to open again, and they were like telling everyone that was getting fired, "Oh yeah, you personally did this thing bad and all this," and that was just not the case. And then I know a guy that was working at Best Buy at what's his name? You know, he had a boss that tried making it sound like there was this personal thing between them, like, "Oh, you did some wrong thing," and that really wasn't it. They just didn't have demand for all the employees again, and the corporate people probably told the manager to fire somebody, and so they just picked somebody for some stupid small detail. And that's what happens a lot. And that guy took it pretty well. He's a positive guy, but a lot of people don't, and they think it's like something personally wrong with them. That has never been less true, by the way. Which is why, like, if you're prone to thinking that maybe something like that's going on, or you got a lot of people around you who suspect things like that, and just kind of reinforce that idea, I would just preemptively do some information gathering to head off things like that. So if they ever try doing something like that, you already know in advance that this certain thing is happening or not. Kind of, I always think of it, well, it's not really a good analogy, I don't think you got to get like a detail that disqualifies a narrative, like just enough so it doesn't look like you're prodding too much, but you have enough information to make a certain narrative that you anticipate they'll try to run, or like I said, if you got people around you reinforcing a certain idea, investigate that idea to see if you know this person or that person's always going to say, "Oh, this is the explanation for why you got fired" or something. Gather information to see if that's true. Well, first of all, you got to try to prove it wrong. You're trying to assume that it's correct, but you got to try to strengthen the argument by making sure anything that could disqualify that stance is consistent with the theory. That's what I do, and that's how I discovered a few of these things. I mean, a couple of places need to get rid of people, and I just straight up told them, I was like, look, if you're just, typically companies do organized layoffs, and you don't have to like pretend that I did something wrong. So I'm like, I mean, when I go do a job, I'm doing it because I want to do it, and I do it well. And they try to tell me otherwise. I'm like, no, it's just not true. I mean, I keep meticulous records and stuff like that. It's impossible, and you couldn't even gaslight me into thinking otherwise. That's another thing. Watch out for the gaslight. I don't know why that's so popular these days, but a lot of people, especially companies, try to go for the gaslight. So, but let's see what else has been going on. Talking to some of my friends live around the world, and they got all this and that going on, and they want me to visit, but nothing's open. And from what I hear, like, back to sort of what we were just talking about, these places that are quote unquote closed down, that's just to rig up the economy. I mean, it's very clear that a lot of these places have so much money being dumped in them, and we can't do anything, the economy's frozen, but yet there's mega development going on in some of these places. Like, they're building these huge distribution centers and giant like high rises and stuff, just one after another in some of these bigger cities around the world that my friends live in. I told them, I was like, yeah, I mean, one thing I'm concerned about is rising prices. If I just get hit for a ton of cash when I go there, I'm not having it, because I just get so salty about feeding into a system that I know is rigged specifically for that purpose. I'm not trying to, because then, the whole culture, the businessmen running that stuff around there is just, look at this sucker coming in here. Let's take him for all we can. And I mean, even if you aren't that guy, they're just going to keep going with it, and you're never going to escape that little mental box that they made for you. So, where am I supposed to go? Let's go through there, but is there a switch? Oh, now it's gone. They killed the last guy or something. But, yeah, I'm getting kind of bummed out on that, because I do like a weekly call with my one friend, and he's like, oh, you gotta get here. Oh my god, man, I know you're there waffling back and forth. I'm like, I'm not waffling. I told you already. I mean, we've been through this so many times. It's just like, no, man, I mean, I'm ready to go. It's just, I can't do anything. And it's like, I've already decided. I'm like, I just have to wait until it's done, lockdown or whatever is lifted, and then I can go back. But I mean, what I don't want to hear is going to be, oh man, you should have got here and done this or invested in that. And still want to hear that. He's going to say, oh, you didn't do it, it was you. That's, I mean, we both know that's not what's happening, as we can see in real time right now. I like it when people are on the right track, talking sense, So, it's a missed opportunity. I mean, there's nothing I could do about it. Okay, where? When I first played this game, that little, it looks like a big old lantern that he's got there. I loved that because it was just trolling the people who are like, you can't carry that many weapons, it's not realistic. Like, this is a trend I noticed in especially shooters. One shooter, Call of Duty. Oh, look how realistic it is. We got the real names of the guns. And for some reason, in their mind now, if you didn't make your game that way, oh, it's wrong. It's like, no, if we're going to go by those rules, then those shooters are wrong because all the shooters before that did not have all that realism. So, I mean, the fallacious thinking these days is, I hate that. I hate that. But it's more positive vibes zone here. We should be getting to some more difficult levels soon. Right on down in there. Oh shit, I missed the thing. Fuck. Again. I like how when you fall down, you usually don't get screwed by that. So, okay, one thing I wish you could do is when they're, what's the term, staggered, you can use your chainsaw on any of the enemies. I'd like to see him just make some interesting. Go back to the old farming stuff, where you gotta butcher a cow this way and have them do that with the bigger demons. Look at that! I'm glitched on something. I should skip this too. Yeah, so these are actually kind of easy, these first ones. Some of them, like, have artificial difficulty, though. And it's like, alright, you could have done better than that, but, well, it's too late now. You did the damage. This is ridiculous. Problem with, like, I try to keep these little guys around just to have some fodder to back up, but it just becomes distracting is what happens. So, as a pro tip, get rid of some of the fodder. You can't have it all on the screen. And they can't, I mean, they can, the problem is they can, like, block you off, and then when there's so much crap on the screen, you kind of miss the target that you're looking for. So to just break that down, that's kind of what happened. Jeez. Something. Maybe some of the bigger guys. I think this was the level used for the demo. That's why it wasn't working before. Right here. Oh! Nope. Nope. I have to do them all in one go. Motherfucker! Alright. Shit talking point number one. Number two. No, we're on number two. I hate how you just, like, run out of health without warning. Like, to be honest there, like, see, I had that shield up, and it did go down, but I cannot tell when I'm being hit sometimes. Like, there's so much shaking and shit going on the screen. I mean, this is not just a Doom problem. But like, it's in past games, you could tell if something did mega damage to you or if it was just doing a little bit. This game, that's all out the fucking window. I cannot tell half the time. And that sound, that sounds like, now that I think about it, that sounds similar to like something that would go on your HUD, like not related to your health, like oh your little electronic device recharge, not fucking your health. There are, I'm not going to give any examples, but there are sounds that would make much more sense for being low on health. Fucking pissed that I fucking died there because I wanted to see how long without dying. bullshit death. Every fucking death in this game is fucking bullshit. Every fucking death, all the fucking time. God, this thing is powerful, but I never seem to be able to take out the bigger enemies in a vast amount of time with it. This is kind of my favorite. I can't believe I fucking died in the first one. That's fucking bullshit. Nobody better fucking mention that shit. I have not died yet. I just want out of here. I remember lingering here. Oh, by the way, it's not. I don't know if it makes it clear previous in the game, but you can press punch to grab onto the fucking ledge because there's a spot here where you have to use both. Damn it, this is right. You have to use both. What the fuck did I just? Both dashes to get across this thing, and I did press punch on that fucking one spot, but it just like I don't know, it didn't take it or something. And okay, I'm not collecting lives like I normally do because I don't carry across levels, and I'm not gonna need them. But yeah, it fucking didn't just it just didn't register with the punch. So I thought it didn't work. And then I was in a spot where I was like right against the thing, and it said to press fucking C or whatever. This is always zoomed in too far. Stop that. Is this where I gotta go? Oh, I'm fucking back here. Alright, this is pissing me. Okay, it made me go down here. Why the fuck would I not go up here to continue?
The extraction point has been identified. I will mark its location on your HUD.
Oh, something I wanted to mention before, I don't know if I said it, and I'll just repeat it anyways, but damn it! There are going to be points where I'm just going to be silent. Number one, there's going to be battles where I got to pay attention to shit. And two, I just don't have anything to say. So you guys can just fuck off. Huh? No, seriously, I figure, like, this... Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, this channel is, we're just kind of chilling out, man. I'm just playing games casually. There's no real purpose, and I'm gonna get pissed off sometimes, so it's not so chill. But you know, that's what we're gonna do here on this channel. Yeah. Where am I going? I was going up. Okay, apparently I'm going over there. Okay, I think there's some monkey bar and ledge that I have to. Okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, that. Okay, okay, okay. I was trying one at a time. Here we go. We got a decent battle. Well, see, this is what I'm talking about. This one's going to be too short too. Battles are just too fucking short. Like, come on. Come on. No, I didn't want to fucking do that. And right there. No! Grab the monkey bar again. So yeah, you mess up a little like that, you'll, you get whittled down on health, and what is this? I almost never collect this, and look, I don't know what it is. It's not apparent what it's doing. I think it's invincibility, but I'm not fucking sure. I don't want to take a chance on it, so then I wind up never figuring this shit out. Oh my god, there's that. Favorite thing for dealing with him. This is where you gotta get rid of the fucking problem. It's the way. Let's take our dudes. See, I mean, even though that was a bit, I fucked up a bit there and it kind of got more challenging, it's still too short. It's already over. That's a huge flaw with the game, period. Alright, we'll stop the video here for the just separating them, and I'll be back soon.